Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today we are back in Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. Now, came to a decision since our last time playing this game, chat. Hiccup, excuse me. We have been playing the game thus far on Veteran, which is the highest difficulty short of Survival, which has restrictions to make it much more difficult. However, I'm gonna be honest, Veteran, at this point in the game, it feels like everything is just like a massive HP sponge, right? Like the last time, there were so many things we fought where I was just sitting back and I was like, summon dude, fireball, summon dude, fireball, summon dude, and I was doing that for a really long time. So, because I don't think it's adding anything to our experience, but it is just inflating how long we're hitting these things, I am going to turn it down, at least to Adventurer for now, and we're gonna see how this feels. I actually looked up online to see what other people's thoughts were on that exact topic, and some people were agreeing, saying like, oh man, everything is too tough. Other people were saying that they had stacked their modifiers way higher than I was, and they were just like one-shotting everything, which I'm not experiencing that. So, without further ado, we left off last time staring down this good-looking. Let's see what he's got. I think it's just another giant. We fought like 20 giants so far. Maybe like 5. Oh, wait. Is that the crown? Let me guess. I interact with this and that guy's gonna wake up. Yoink! Where are we going? Wait, was that literally it? Yeah, I thought that was a boss. Hold on. Why am I so slow now? Why am I encumbered? Did the crown encumber me? King Arthur's crown. Increase strength, dex, perception, practicality, and spirituality by 5. You deal increased damage to 4 dweller enemies. 4 pounds. Oh, the crown encumbered me. Drop the fish fillets. Drop a bunch of brains in Arthur's chamber. I'm sure it's fine. Well, maybe we'll fight that giant when we leave. I was thinking we were about to have a big battle. That's why I left off there last time.
I am his burden, the man beneath the myth.
Heavy as the crown, yeah. Bind the soul.
I am the face that time forgot, the name that was never enough.
I can enter the King's Threat dungeon and get the crown whenever I feel I'm strong enough. I mean, yeah, I just did that. Alright, well...
First, you used these people to win yourself a kingdom.
Here we go.
And now you herded them here, under threat of being stomped to death by giants if they leave or disobey. After all that they've gone through, all that they've done, all that they've suffered, this is how you intend to repay them.
No kingdom will stand with people like them within its borders. They would have to change their ways. The Del Rita are not ready for this. You know this.
You did worse than all of them combined, and you are the one responsible for all they've done so far. They fought for your name and under your banners. Does this mean you're not fit to be a king? Not ready to have a kingdom?
I left the heritage of Pendragon behind me. I severed the ties between myself and my tribe. I lost all that tied me to the past when I became king. I set a new path for myself. They are not ready to do that.
Bullshit. You forced them to go against their sacred traditions. You destroyed their identities. They betrayed their comrades because you ordered them to. They kidnapped the children of the giants because you told them to do it. Everything they did was so that you could win this war. And now what? You're going to punish them for being your best, fiercest soldiers, most loyal of your men?
This is not...
Oh, stop with your excuses already. You broke them, and now you're abandoning them to starve or freeze to death in these damned lands.
This kingdom needs to be built on peace, Caradoc. Letting them live among merchants, lords, and ladies in Camelot or Timberwall. How would that go?
Exactly as anyone would expect it to go.
So we would end up with a civil war. Right after we won the war that almost annihilated us all.
Oh, damn you. I've had enough. I stood by you through everything. Even what you did to me. The seawall. I let it all slide. I told myself it was for something. For a noble cause. But this is where I draw the line. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. Put a blade in my back if that helps you sleep. I don't care. Not anymore.
Oh, way to go, Arthur. Your friends really love and respect you. Okay. Hang on, just real quick here. Always gotta remember, gotta shift things just ever so slightly so you guys can see it all better. Alright. Okay, let's see, what's next? Okay, there's Arthur's soul.
I remember it all.
Hey, folks. Hey, Gray.
I left the best of my people here. I betrayed their loyalty. And for what? Everything is in ruin. Everything I struggled to build is corrupted. This land, it had a glorious past. But it has no future. There is no way to save it.
You were really unfair to the Dalrita.
I know. I see it now. And it was my decision that cost them the ability to grow and change. I may have been right about the diagnosis. Now I see I could have been wrong about the cure. The tribes helped us win the war. They were fearless and followed every order. They were the most loyal of all. But I left them broken. And after the war, their bloodlust was insatiable. I had to do something. This felt like the only choice.
What was that about the giant's children?
The giants sided with our enemy. We had to find a way to remove them from the equation. So, under cover of night, the tribes stole their children. I told the giants their offspring were our hostages, and that we would slaughter them if they refused to bend the knee. One of the most humiliating moments of that whole war, both for me and for the Dalrita.
What was that about the Pendragons?
I come from the Pendragon bloodline. A heritage drenched in as much blood as that of the Dalrita. A heritage that pillaged and fought in the homelands for longer than anyone can remember. And unable to build anything that withstood the test of time. I decided to leave it behind me when we won the war against the Four-Dwellers, and built our kingdom on Avalon on stronger foundations. Now we've seen that my bloodline must have been cursed.
I didn't expect Caradoc to care about something.
Caradoc had the clearest eyes of any of us. He saw things for what they were. And I think I destroyed that. Destroyed him with all I did. I turned him into this. And now he's only a shadow of the man I once knew. He used to carry hope. Now all he carries is vengeance. There's nothing left. Nothing worth saving. Nothing worth rebuilding. I gave everything I had to this land. My blood, my soul, my name. And the land devoured it all. I betrayed the ones who believed in me. I cut down the men who fought for me. I turned away from my own blood to build something better. And all I built was another ruin.
I can't pause it!
It was just extending the fall.
I was building shoo-ba-da-bop-bop-bop. So the crown. What do we do about the giants?
Do what you want. There's nothing about this land that I recognize anymore. All I've ever done got turned into dust, corrupted against my intentions, destroyed. Why bother?
Claim the crown that once bent giants to the king's will. Okay, hold on. People in chat saying that something's broken. That's really weird. Because, like, I have a test sound I do at the beginning of each stream. And you can see right here, it worked for me. But now later in the stream, it's not saying the roll out the red carpet thing. I'm pretty sure it was working this morning. I'm going to keep, before I call our tech guy for that, I'm going to keep keeping an eye on it and see if it works itself out. But I know who to call if we have to. Reset it. I don't have a reset button for that. That bot is in the cloud. That one's a webpage.
Once and future king, you return. Speak your will through the mortal you now inhabit. Is it time for us to awaken?
Whoa, what? Okay, so I can, okay, you can send the giants to kill Camelot and lead the Dalrita. You can send the giants to attack the Dalrita, or you can say just sleep. Okay, we got a lot of problems in Camelot. I do not think they're going to be solved by hurling an army of giants at one of the problems. I'm gonna say it's time for you to rest. You may sleep forevermore.
We have waited for this moment for ages. We shall return to the home of our ancestors. We are grateful for this decision.
Oh, good.
Your will shall be done.
Hang on. Looking at Steam. Decide what will become of the forlorn swords and those who remain. Okay. So it's just a generic achievement no matter what you pick. Alright. Yeah, there was a few dudes in here. They were ready. Alright, tap and quick save. How do we get out of here? Portal? I don't know where this goes. Is this back to the beginning? Yeah, okay, this is back to the beginning of the area. Mark just had a typical Telltale Games, your ancestors will remember this moment. Oh, hello. How's the graphics of this game if you were to compare it to Skyrim or Oblivion Remastered? I mean, take a look. The ninja guys are my summons. That's why they keep getting in the way.
The moot will not happen, my king. This alone would have sealed our fate. And yet, you were strong enough to walk the king's thread.
Yep.
And you conquered it.
Skipped your side
What is
quest.
your will, my king? What decision have you made regarding the giants?
The giants are gone forever. Their power is too great to be passed on to anyone.
I understand your decision, though I struggle to accept it. We had the chance to end the war once and for all, and instead we are left with a fragile peace. I only hope that the threat of the weirdness is real enough that Camelot will turn its strength toward protecting the people, and not, once again, to march on our lands. Thank you, my king, for your intervention. I, the voice of the Dalrida tribes, accept your decision with humility and gratitude.
Okay. That's done. Alright. Teleporter. Why do I get the impression you just skipped the entire zone quest? Because I might have. That is absolutely a possibility. Because he was like, if you want to do this, you need the whole tribe supporting you. So go to every tribe, do whatever they want you to do, earn their respect, then we'll have a moot gathering, and then we'll do a vote, and then we'll decide if we're going to back you. Or you could try walking the King's Road and just prove it through strength. I don't recommend that. I'm like, okay. And I went down the King's Road and just killed everything. So, yeah. Caradoc told me our last meeting place will be at the Charred Conclave. Yeah, definitely... Because definitely missed whatever was going on in the zone, I think. Where is the Charred Conclave? What zone is that? Is that the chart? No, that's the Wicker Man. You know, there was a thing at the Wicker Man that I couldn't access until after I had the crown. So I could go check that out now. Let's see. Oh, that's it. That's literally it. Okay, so basically earlier on, we stumbled upon the final area of the main quest line, I think. And it was like, oh, you need the crown and the shield and the sword to open this. And I was like, oh, I don't have... At the time, I think I didn't have the shield or the crown. And now I have both. Wait, what are they fighting? Oh, whatever, they're dead now. Are my summons here invisible? Because I don't know where my summons are right now. That'd be a neat trick. Did Mug try to purr a particular animal in his playthrough? Purr? Did I purr? Pet. Did you pet an animal? Not that I can recall. There's a big animal. Can we pet that? I think my summons are invisible. Invisible to you? Yeah, apparently. Alright, here we go. Sword, shield, crown. Portal. Alright, so we found this spot in the past, but we couldn't press the buttons at that time. Oh, here's the boys. I can see them again. Caradog told me our last meeting place would be at the Charred Enclave.
So, you finally made it. Took you long enough. I hope you're ready, because this is it. The beginning of the end.
Okay. What is this place?
This is the Charred Conclave, a graveyard for druids, burned alive as scapegoats for the Red Death. It's a reminder of what happens when people fear what they don't understand.
What can I expect?
Well, first, you're going to meet my former employer. We don't see eye to eye anymore, but we both realize that our collaboration yields results, as shown by you being here. He'll try to sugarcoat the hard truths I've been telling you from the beginning, spin them differently. Never mind. Why waste time here talking about it when you're just a step from the end? It's best if you just go forth and see for yourself.
So why are you waiting for me?
To greet you. I was once where you are now. A knight with questions, searching for answers. That search led me to this place. And here I found my answers. Now, it's your turn.
He's going to betray you. I have no idea. It usually goes that way. I've been under the impression through most of the game that at the end, if I choose to try to bring King Arthur back, that this guy was going to fight me. But if I say I'm going to kill King Arthur's soul once and for all, then this guy would be on my side. So I think he's a my prediction is he's a possibility for like a finale. I'd like to know more about the Charred Conclave. The druids were scapegoats. What did they do?
They spoke out. They should have stayed silent, kept to their herbs and potions. But they didn't. They believed their ancient knowledge, ugly and painful truths from times long past, could save Avalon from the plague. And maybe they were right. But people don't want the truth when it's covered in blood.
So the druids were punished for trying to help?
Well, the Red Church and their politicians made sure of that. The druids became a convenient enemy, a way to shift the blame and tighten their grip on power. It's always so simple, so banal, isn't it?
I saw the graveyard above. Where are we right now?
Well, death doesn't always mean an ending. It was a sacrifice so costly, so cruel, so pointless, that it tore a rift in the fabric of this world. An ultimate wound. And so you're the closest you'll ever come to seeing the true shape of this world.
Ugly and painful truths. What do you mean?
Cruel rituals, sacrifices, hard choices in search of real results. They called it wisdom, knowledge gleaned from the weirdness itself. But to the people, everything they did was unnatural, costly, and frightening. The druids believed their results would justify the costs. They thought Avalon would see them as saviors. But the people didn't understand, and fear turned to fire.
I'll go.
Just remember, this is the point of no return. Once you step through, there's no going
He's like,
back.
if you want to do that cheese quest, you better do it now.
This far, I suppose you already knew that. Go on. He's waiting for you.
Oh, I was gonna try to do my last level up. Whoa, look at this place. Yo, what is the big stick bug doing over there? What the hell? Very the lands beyond.
At last we meet. I've heard much about you. Your choices, your determination. Caradoc isn't easily impressed, but he was impressed with you.
Is this the last main
Few dare
quest?
to seek the truth
It's kind of got
buried
that
in the
vibe.
shadows. Fewer still make it this far. I was the first. Caradoc followed when my brethren burned and the tear opened. And now, here you are. A truly rare and joyful occasion.
Who are you exactly?
Oh, forgive my lack of manners. I am Orin, the last apprentice of Merlin, and the last archdruid of Avalon. I've carried the weight of this land's secrets longer than I care to admit. But names mean little. What matters is the task before us.
What is this place?
What lingers here? It's older than Avalon. Older than anything we know. What you see is the beginning of weirdness itself. Its purest form. Raw potential. Unshaped by anything but its lack of boundaries and limits. Beautiful, isn't it?
What do you want from me?
Oh, precisely the opposite of what Caradoc wants. I want you to help me resurrect King Arthur. Properly this time.
So he wants to kill him properly, and you want to resurrect him properly?
Ridiculous, I know. But yes, that's what it boils down to. At some point, we stopped seeing eye to eye and chose different paths. Ultimately, though, both our paths led to you.
So yeah, because whether they want to resurrect him properly or kill him properly, they need all the pieces of his soul. And because of what happened to us at the beginning, we became a vessel capable of holding his soul pieces, and then we went around and collected them all. Me? How?
Yes, please let me explain. By the end of his life, Arthur became obsessed with his legacy. He left mementos, artifacts that embodied the virtues he wanted Avalon to preserve. Excalibur, a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice. The crown of Pendragon, a beacon of courage and resilience. The shield of Palamedes, wisdom and independence. But Merlin and the others didn't believe that would be enough. The memory of war and the fragility of peace was still too fresh. So they acted. When the king died, his soul wasn't allowed to move on. It was shattered, bound to those artifacts. A clever solution, but ultimately flawed.
Didn't anyone try to resurrect Arthur as a whole then?
I tried. And I found his humanity. It's here, bound, kept safe. But the Four Dwellers aspects was left to drift, untethered between worlds. Finding it needed more than magic. It needed someone like you.
Oh, I'm so good. Me?
The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has. You can move through the weirdness, touch it, and return whole. That's why you found the king's soul, bound it to yourself, and came back.
So I'm just another experiment to you? Like the ones on that island?
No. The asylum treated you as a subject. I see you as a savior. Your suffering gave us a chance. And for that, I am both grateful and deeply sorry.